For our final visit of the day, we've come to Castletown, Sunderland, to visit the racing lofts of Trevor Rowland, winner of first Upnorth Combine Lil Ayres 1996.
Good evening, Trevor.
Evening, Keith. Nice to meet you.
How long have you been in sport?
Around about 15, 16 years now.
Yeah, can you remember one or two of your best performances?
Well, obviously top of the combine would be the best one. Top of the Fed quite a few times. 1992, flew 6th, 13th, and I had about another 3 on the combine sheet out of the Lillers. We won the London North Road Cup of Friendship that season as well, out of that same race for the best 2-bird performance.
Yeah.
We've always flew good out of Lillers, top of the Fed before out of Lille. We had a pigeon called King John, top of the Fed twice, and the second Fed. I believe he had a first and second Fed out of Lille. That was a cock out of the 6th combine. Yeah. He's also the grandfather of that cock's also the grandfather of the combine winner.
Yeah.
So they like that sort of distance, you know.
Yeah. When did you win the combine?
This year, 1996.
Where was it
out
from?
Of the last Lille.
Yeah.
342 miles. Flew well on the day of mine. I mean, it was a good pigeon. Also 38th combine, 124th combine as well, same day.
How many pigeons in the race?
How many pigeons in the race? 16,248.
Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah,
mate.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, that's the combine winner, Keith. Wasn't raced very much as a youngster. Damaged himself as a youngster. Not very seriously, but I raced him lightly. Just caught the underside of his body, and he didn't get much racing. But as a yearling, he was raced up the line to about the national, and then as a 2-year-old, he flew up the line again. He was 3rd out of the Folkestone National a fortnight prior to the combine race. It was 158th combine. I forget how many birds was away at that race, and then rested him a little bit the week after, and then I put him into the big one.
What family is he, Trevor?
Pardon?
What family is he?
He's a Bushart, Atkinson MacDonald on the sire side, and Hindorf and Donaldson of Washington on the dam.
Yeah. What system was he raced on?
Widowhood pigeon.
Yeah. And where did he win the combine from?
He won the combine from Lillers against 16,248 pigeons.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Congratulations. What system you race your old birds, Trevor?
I raced them on 2 systems. I raced them on Widowhood system. That's 3 teams of cocks, and I also race natural system in a totally separate loft, you know, obviously.
Yeah. What's your idea of that then?
Well, I like to race the channel pigeon, the natural pigeons further down the channel, like so the Provence races and the Borges. But I don't usually fly Borges. I usually keep the natural pigeons for Provence and Beauvais.
Yeah.
That's the main reasoning to it. Like
Yeah.
they also fly inland, but I tend to use the inland races as training.
And just fly your Widowhood cocks for the short races?
And the Widowhood cocks is primed up for mainly the sprint racing, but they do go to the little races and 1 or 2 to Beauvais.
Yeah, do you break them down?
Not at all when they get past the first few races. Maybe at the beginning of the season I'll not feed them as heavy, but I never break them down. I don't think we've got the climate to break pigeons down, to be honest with you.
No, do you beef the corn up a bit when they go down the road a bit?
I do like to beef it up a bit, yeah, for the distance. Yeah.
You show the hens before they go?
Yeah, every time.
How long do they
Sometimes older pigeons, I don't think they need the hens, you know, I mean, they're switched on. But definitely yearlings, I would say, definitely show the hen.
How long do you get the hen for on Saturday?
Saturday, it depends what time I've got to myself. I don't think there's a golden rule to what time you leave the hen in.
No.
I mean, I think half an hour to an hour is ample.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll clock in and I'll take the clock round the basket cabin, and I'll take the hens out when I come back.
Yeah.
If I haven't got time to take them out before I go, I don't think it's important.
No. And when do you pair them up?
I always pair on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Because I've got a fortnight off work then.
Yeah. How about training them?
Training, I'll get as many training chucks in at the beginning of the season as I can. Whether, you know, as long as the weather's okay.
Yeah.
But again, it's mainly for yearlings. I mean, the older cocks, they only need 1 or 2 when they're switched on.
Yeah. These are a few Widowhood cocks in, Trevor.
Yes, a few.
How many cocks do you keep?
I usually at the beginning of the season race about 40 cocks.
Yeah, they're paired up now.
Yep. End of the season, I let them, bring a youngster up a piece, and then split them again, ready for the following year.
Yeah. How many times a day do you exercise around the loft then?
Well, when I beginning of the season, normally I'll give them an hour morning, an hour night, the cocks. If I think that they don't want to do it, I'd open the door, and I wouldn't push them to fly it. I think if you make them fly it, you just make them worse. So.
Don't flag them in.
No, well I put a flag up because you get the odd cock that'll drop on the top, and then one cock drops, the rest drop after him. Widowhood being widowhood. The rest of the cocks think he's a hen and follow him onto the roof, and it spoils the exercise. But normally when the pigeons is right, they'll come out the loft and they'll clear. They'll go away, for at least 20 minutes. Right, Keith, this is the blue cock that flew 38th combine, behind the combine winner. He's got 2 wins in the second. Good racing cock, done really well for us over the years. 4-year-old cock, but you can always rely on him.
Yeah, what family is he, Trevor?
He's Bushart also, Atkinson MacDonald again, bred by myself off them stock pigeons,
Yeah, is he a natural pigeon or widowhood?
He's a natural pigeon, and he was flying at about 12 eggs out of that race.
These are young birds then, Trevor?
Yeah, just been caught in a rainstorm, just getting them in.
How many breed each season?
Well, roughly between 70 and 80, and then I pick a good team from them, yearlings for the widowhood and the natural.
Yeah, you like to pair them up, I see.
Yeah, well, they'll just pair up naturally themselves, yeah. Just let them go.
How far do you race them?
300 mile.
Yeah, they go right through, do they?
Yeah, they'll go right up to the national.
Yeah,
Well, it's 284 or something like that.
Did you save cocks for the widowhood at all?
Never done. I've done it once. I saved some cocks, put them to one side. Thought it was the best thing to do. And as soon as I got a dodgy race, it was always one of them cocks that went down. Lack of experience.
Yeah, how far did you train them?
I trained them to thirst, really. Is the furthest I ever took them out a race. Up to about 40 mile is the furthest I've ever took them myself. I don't think it's important to take them very far. As long as there's quite a few tosses, you get a few tosses in before the racing starts. Right, Keith, this is the 6th combine cock. This is the cock that won the London North Road Championship trophy when I flew 16th and 13th combine out of Litters also. It was in 1992. Again, a Bushart. Yeah. Same lines again, really.
Yeah, was he a natural pigeon or widowhood?
He was widowhood cock. He had 2 firsts and a second fed when he was racing, and numerous other positions. One of the great champions of the loft, really.
What families of pigeons do you race, Trevor?
It's mainly Busharts, Keith. I've tried the odd one from selected lofts, but it's mainly the Busharts I go for.
Yeah, where do they originate from?
Pardon?
Where do they originate from?
Mostly Atkinson MacDonald's and Hindhaugh and Donaldson of Washington.
Yeah.
I've had the odd one here and there, but I've had a couple from Johnson, Son and Mains. They used to fly up in Washington very successfully. There's a hen in the stock loft still out of their pigeons, breeding good pigeons. But the main pigeons I've had success with racing have been Hindhaughs and Ray Atkinsons of Whitburn.
How many stock birds do you keep?
16 to 20 pair.
Yeah, when do you pair them up?
Same day, but Boxing Day or the day after. That's the only time I've got off work, so everything's got to be paired at the same time. Yeah. So then I can float the stock pigeons' eggs into the natural pigeons,
Yeah, what do you look for when you're selecting stock birds?
Well, mainly the breed. I know which breed I'm winning with, and if I'm looking for those sort of lines, I like to see the lines. But I also like the pigeons to feel the way I like. Yeah. To feel nice bodied pigeons, good eye sign, that sort of thing. Yeah. Really, it's just something that you sort of pick on yourself. You can't really put your finger on definitely what it is sometimes. No. You just fancy the pigeon. Yeah. And that's what you go for.
Yeah. All right, Trevor, congratulations on winning the Up North Combine again this year.
Thanks very much, Keith.
And thank you for letting us come around tonight in spite of the...
You're welcome. It is a terrible night,
the peeing rain.
Yeah.
Still, cheers, mate.
Cheers, thanks very much.